adventures.
Greetings once again, viewers. Well, it is summertime here in Alaska, and that means summer's just getting going. That means it's time for catching salmon, hunting, hiking, getting out in the outdoors, and all of that means possibly running into brown bears or grizzly bears. Grizzly bears are interior, brown bears are the coastal type. They're two different subspecies, and biologists sometimes argue about that, but we'll just go with brown bear and grizzly bear. Brown bear on the coast. Anyways, you need to be protected. I've done several videos on pepper spray, bear spray. It's good to have in addition of a firearm, but it does not replace a firearm. You need to protect yourself, your family with a firearm. And that being said, for me, summertime means 10mm time. Now, I've been doing 10mm videos for a good few years now. So is Chuck from Alaska Ballistics. We're big fans of the 10mm. I don't know why this is so contentious. People will argue up and down about this issue. They just disagree with me. But in my opinion, 10mm is one of the best choices for a sidearm for bear protection, not your rifle. Your shotgun, your 45-70 is always the best protection, but if it's all you have, the 10mm I think is an excellent choice. It's near the top of bear protection. Now, people always argue with me and they say, well, a 44 Magnum is more powerful, 454 Casull. Of course it is. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm just talking about the ability to put 15+1 shots very quickly on the bear has proven advantageous to hunters and hikers. I have a 454 Casull. Sometimes I bring that. I love that gun, but the 10mm, nothing in the mag, it's just an excellent choice, and I don't know why people argue with me because it's been well documented. So many people have killed bears, charging brown bears and grizzly bears with their 10mm pistols. It's just insane that people keep bringing this up. It's the most powerful, widely manufactured cartridge for a pistol. I mean, there's some specialty Wildcat semi-auto pistols that are out there, but the 10mm is the most powerful semi-auto, widely, universally manufactured cartridge, and you just cannot beat it. I cannot say enough about 10mm. I have been carrying 45 Super a little bit more lately, but this is always my go-to pistol. I've got this setup with GS holsters made in Wasilla, Alaska. It's a Kydex chest holster, so it's built for the light that I got on here, the TLR1 HL or whatever. It's a great setup. I have used this so much over the last 4 years that it's starting to develop a little holster wear, and it just looks like beautiful electric sex. It's hard to explain. It's just really beautiful on a Glock, the holster wear. I am ashamed that I haven't put any fiber optic sights on here. Need to do that. But this argument, it just goes on, and all that's happened is the popularity of the 10mm. Since I started doing videos about the 10mm 4 or 5 years ago, it's just exploded. I mean, there's no contest anymore. I mean, nowadays, every outdoorsman at work or in the community I see, oh yeah, what do you care? Oh, 10mm, Glock 20. That's all everybody has. There was a report, and I haven't been able to validate this, that said that Glock sends the majority of their 10mm pistols to Alaska, Glock 20s especially, and that, Underwood specifically made a lot of their ammo for Alaskans, and it's for Alaskans. They ship tons of ammo here. In the summertime, the shelves are empty, so it's a little bit worse this year because of the current apocalypse. I'll admit that, but it has looked similar the last 3 years. So this footage is from Bass Pro yesterday. I went there, and there was nothing of any pistol caliber except 38 Special and a couple other things. But the 10mm bear shelves, it's always gone. There's some smaller shops where you can still find it, but thankfully, we stock up on it on the off season. So the ammo that Chuck and I like, because we don't like to use hard cast is the best, but we have stock barrels, at least I do. So I like Underwood Extreme Penetrator. I've been using this for years. It's 140 grains going 1,500 feet per second, all right? The new jack on the block is this Buffalo Board Dangerous Game monometal. It's 190 grain. It's going 1,200 feet per second, and I'm kind of leaning more towards this. We've done some tests. You can see some of our videos on this, and I do like this, but I have used extreme penetrators in this Glock 20. So far, I've killed 2 black bears with this. Now, they were already wounded. These are black bears that I shot that were still crawling or still alive, and so, you know, put them out of their misery. I come up, shoot them in the head with the extreme penetrators, the neck, and it's worked fine for me. Now, I don't know why people keep arguing that the 10 millimeter is not enough. It has been proven enough. If you Google 10 millimeter for bear protection in Alaska, there'll be a bunch of articles and real life examples of people that have killed brown bears, charging brown bears with their 10 millimeter Glocks, especially. You know, Kim Woodsman, the guy in Homer, my dad personally knows him. He was charged by a sow grizzly and he killed it with his 10 millimeter. Now, people always say, oh, that was a small 400-pound, you know, brown bear, coastal brown bear, Chuke. You're misleading for that. I don't care. It was still a sow brown bear. And the thing is he needed that last bullet because the last round, he used all 15, and the last round he had in the gun killed the bear, and that's what stopped. And that's what I like about Glocks for capacity. The capacity makes a difference. I worked with the guy. He was a well-known hunter, a moose hunter. I don't even get to hunt moose that much. I mean, this guy hunts moose and big brown bears, and he asked me, well, what do you like for bear protection, you know, between 44 Magnum, 44, you know, 454 Casull and 10 millimeter. I said, well, I tend to choose 10 millimeter. And he started smiling. He's like, good answer. I like that answer. And what he told me was that a lot of the hunters he knew were getting charged by brown bears. They'd pull out their 44 Magnum, fire 6 shots, and then they're empty and the bear's still coming at them. Maybe they were missing, maybe it wasn't putting it down, and now they're fumbling with their gun, and it takes a little longer to, you know, reload your wheel gun. And I love revolvers. I'm actually turning more towards revolvers for my everyday carry. But with something like this, you've got 15+1 rounds in it, and you just can't beat that. I mean, it's just no contest. That's why it's everywhere. That, you know, I couldn't verify the information that they're selling like hotcakes, but I did call several of my friends who own gun stores, and they say, yeah, it's hard to keep a Glock 20, a Glock 29 in stock. They sell out immediately. We don't have any. They're highly sought after. One guy I knew, he's been trying to find a Glock 29 for his wife all summer. He hasn't been able to find one. There's been a couple at Cabela's, but the time he goes there, they sell out. I mean, it is just popular, and it's universal. It's a phenomenon. It's when I first started talking about it, it was gaining popularity. Now it's solidified as the gun, and the Glock 20 is so awesome because it helped kind of bring back the 10 millimeter. Now, you don't have to have a Glock 20. Glock 29 is nice. If they ever come out with a Gen 5, I'm going to get one immediately. But the company that shall not be named has those new XDM in 10 millimeter. I bought one of those a while back and tested it. That's just as good as this. I mean, if that fits your hand better, get one of those XDMs. I've had a Tang Folio Elite Match 10 millimeter. Never jammed on me. That thing, I'd like to get another one of those. That thing is great. There's SIG P220s in 10 millimeter. Those are really good guns. If you want, you could get one of those. I tend to not carry 1911 10 millimeters because of capacity, but if I had an expensive Ed Brown one or something like that, I would carry it. Those are just beautiful guns. But you can't go wrong with, you know, paying around $600, whatever, $550 for something like this. It's just proven to work. I've personally known a lot of people that have killed brown bears with their 10 millimeter. It just makes sense. So let the arguments begin. Let me know what you guys think, and long live the 10 millimeter, because it's not going to stop here. It's just going to keep growing. Thanks, guys. Please like and subscribe. Help me out on Patreon if you can. We'll see you next time.